What's up, everybody? It's been a hot minute. Um, for those of you who have subscribed to my channel and have been following me for a little bit, um, it it's you probably noticed I haven't posted in a while. That is mainly because, uh, well, my computer isn't up to the task anymore, and so I've been trying to build a computer. But the problem with that is that right now, because of the whole pandemic and what have you, I can't get a newer graphics processing unit, a GPU, and I can't get a processor that was actually going to be forward thinking. So I have all these components just sitting in my den, sitting in my office room, and I can't do anything with them until I get those two pieces. So I decided, you know what, I still have people subscribing to me and asking questions and things like that. So I decided I'll just do a simple video here of just me talking to you guys and letting you know what's going on. So, as you can see, I am now in sunny California. I moved from Arizona over to here in the summer and love it. I'm not on the coast. I'm not a coastal California. I'm more of a central California guy. So it's much cheaper and less traffic, all that. So it's not the glam life, but hey, I can drive 2 hours and go to the Bay. I can drive 2.5 hours, 3 hours and go to Disneyland when it's open. So can't really complain. Um, been dating a lot. So I'll get into that in just a minute. And just a bunch of life progress. So to start off, I'll do the normal like weight and all that stuff. So I started my journey almost 2 years ago. I weighed at my highest 378 pounds. Currently, I'm flexing in between 217 to 225, and that really just is the norm. I wear a loose 34. I could probably snug into a 33 if you can find pants that are that size, but I usually get 34s and they fit just fine. I'm somewhere between a large and a medium size shirt. Um, and I don't really have any major skin issues or anything like that, but there's still a little hang. I mean, it is what it is. But um, what's been interesting is that the way people treat me, the way people have been talking to me. I think I've said this in previous videos, but it's pretty much night and day. There's a lot of people who treat you differently when you look better, and this goes into the whole dating thing. So I'm still single, but I've been dating a lot. I got a date that's going to happen in about a couple hours. Day date all the way to the evening, so it's going pretty good. But with that being said, you know, I'm just trying to enjoy myself. Newfound attention is easy to kind of go overboard with. That's one thing I'll warn you guys about. If you go down this path, you're going to get a lot of positive reinforcement and a lot of opportunities are going to come at you that you may have not had before, and it's really easy to be kind of taken advantage of in a way where, like, when you look, people play games more when they know they have options. And so if you're prettier and obviously you're dating someone who's prettier, you both now have options. And so it's not gonna be as easy to be like, oh my gosh, I finally found somebody and I'm gonna lock it down immediately. And like, that's not probably going to happen. So just bear that in mind. But as far as like my overall health, I feel good. I have a little bit of a headache only because I went out, drank a little bit last night, and by a little bit I mean a lot. And I'll talk a little bit about alcohol consumption and food and all of that. So let's get into it. So the big thing for my normal day to day, how things have changed over the last 2 years, is that now my body is kind of very cyclic. So I know what it's going to do. So for breakfast, I always have a protein shake and a coffee. Now, usually that will, if I haven't already used the restroom, that will usually prompt a restroom response. I'll just say it like that. But there's always two. There's always two motions. So there's always a main, and then the flush. And what I mean by that is that if you're going to be having the duodenal switch surgery, is that when you wake up in the morning, at least the way it works for me, is that your body wants to flush, you need to go. Okay, that's normal. Normal, wake up, go do your thing, take a shower, whatever. But here's the problem. Uh, Once you actually imbibe something, you take a drink or whatever, I don't recommend doing solid foods before you do your second flush, because what ends up happening is once I have this or once I have the coffee, I'm going to need to probably use the restroom again in about 30 minutes. And then from that point on, I don't need to use it for the rest of the day. So when it comes down to it, that I know my schedule. Now it's unfortunate if you're traveling or whatever, you kind of have to bank on those things happening, and sometimes you have to use restrooms that you really don't want to have to use. But as long as you prepare ahead of time, you typically have that fine. I did recently go get all my blood work done when I moved to California. I like to get the full panels and all of that stuff done. But long story short, when it comes down to it, like I got, my liver is good, my my B12 level is really good, like everything looks good. And mind you, the only thing I've been taking supplementally is Bariatric Fusion ADEC vitamin chews. I take about 3 of those in the morning, 3 of those in the evening before I go to bed, and that's it. And I don't have to take any kind of shots or whatever. Now mind you, I had a different kind of body style, right? Like I had a thick body style just in general. Like I absorb calories like crazy. I absorb everything that I eat, like before my surgery, that is, so just bear that in mind when you do this, because your lifestyle will change. Now as far as eating, I typically don't eat anything solid until noon, or at least around 11:30, maybe noon. But beyond that though, there's people walking around. Beyond that though, like once I break that threshold, once I've done that second flush, I can go the entire day, and my larger meals are towards the evening. I can have like a little bit. I can have like maybe a breakfast burrito or whatever, for the opener now, and then that'd be 3 or 4 hours later. I can maybe eat, just a size comparison, like 1.5 breakfast burritos, depending on how fast I try and eat them. And then in the evening, I can have like if we go to if you want chicken wings or something like that, you can have like 4 of them, 5 of them. It still doesn't sound like a lot comparatively to what I was eating before my surgery. Oh my God, it's crazy, right? But what I'll say is that it's really easy to map out. I also find it funny that I used to have a problem going to like expensive restaurants because the portion sizes were so small. I was like, this will never fill me up or whatever it may be. But the reality is that I'm just fine with that now. I mean, in fact, I prefer it because I'm getting higher quality food, and it actually makes it seem like it's justifiable paying for, a nice sit-down restaurant with a smaller proportion. So just keep that in mind. So to answer some questions that are preferably on there, now talk about alcohol consumption. My alcohol tolerance has gone up again, because I haven't stopped drinking. I mean, heck, one of my first videos 8 weeks after my surgery was a drinking video, what I did with my friend. But I will say that it's easy to get ahead of yourself. So, I mean, a little bit goes a long way, even now. And I will also say that if you do drink alcohol, you may want to stock up on some stool softeners, because it can lead to a pretty severe constipation issue if things don't hit the right way. So make sure that you're hydrating yourself throughout the evening as well. If you don't, you're gonna have a bad time. Okay. Some other questions. I had a recent question about the IPS syndrome. That actually, there was a question that said, like, how do you reduce that? How do you not have that woozy head feeling or like that really like wobbly feeling? And honestly, it was a diet change. And what actually did it for me is I was like on this binge of eating like cauliflower crust pizza and things like that. And honestly, I think that's what was doing it. My body was just not having a good reaction to what that was. And I think in that video I said that usually by a diet change, you can usually minimize that. So the unfortunate thing is if you're having those kind of issues, you're gonna probably need to change your diet. Okay, and that may mean giving up certain things that you may not want to give up, and that's just an unfortunate side effect of this. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention: I am fully vaccinated since I do work in healthcare. And not I know sometimes saying that's like a political thing. It's not for me. I mean, in fact, if anybody should get vaccinated, it should be people like me. No kids, no wife, single. No one's dependent on me. So if things hit the fan, you know, then you'll know from people like me. So you're welcome. But at the same time, I understand it's not everybody's jam. I'm not here to push anything on anybody, but at the same time, I'll take that bullet. So I feel good. I mean, at least, and this might be a question some people get in regards to like how your body post weight loss surgery once you get the vaccine. I had the Pfizer vaccine, and I had a delayed after my first shot was just a little lightheadedness, nothing crazy. But then my second one, I did have side effects, but they were delayed. Normally they're supposed to come in 24 to 48 hours after you get your shot. Well, I had the whole weekend. I felt fine. I was drinking margaritas and I was just having a good time. And then go on my work trip that week, and on Tuesday, I'm eating lunch with one of my employees, and I stand up from lunch and I was like, why is my butt sore? And then all of a sudden I started getting sore all over my body. I started getting head pressure, eye pressure, hot flashes, chills, shivers, like just general weakness. And I think what exacerbated it is I didn't stop working. I just worked through all the symptoms because I knew what they were. I knew it wasn't sick. So in hindsight, that was probably a poor decision. I probably should have just like laid my ass in bed and didn't do anything, but I had work to get done, and I'm a big strong man. I gotta go to work. So anyways, probably the worst 20 hours I've ever, like, I don't usually get sick, right? And so, but that was really bad. Like I had a really bad 20 hours worth of experience there, and so yeah, wasn't fun. Was not fun. But I'm here. I'm good. Drinking cafe, drinking my protein shakes, calling it good. Hopefully my phone doesn't fall over. And then, yeah. So, anyways, I don't know if that's typical to have a delayed reaction to the side effects. I'm not sure if that's weight loss surgery related or not. But I'm just gonna put that out there because I mean, there's not a lot of cross section of research on people with weight loss surgery having the vaccine. So I'm gonna throw that out there. And then. Lastly, I just want to say thank you. I mean, I know I've been neglecting you guys. I know it. I know you guys sometimes have questions and you want to have more answers. I looked at my subscriber count and there's like 700 people. I'm like, good Lord, I haven't even, like, when I stopped uploading videos, like 4 or 5 months ago, like, I had like 400 subscribers. I mean, we've almost doubled the count and I haven't done anything, which is ridiculous. So what I'm going to promise, until my computer gets fixed, I'm just going to do little, vloggy type stuff like this and kind of just go from there and, give you guys an update. So if you have any specific questions that you want me to address, please just put them down in the chat on this video and then I'll reference those for the next video. So I'll probably do this weekly moving forward just to kind of give you guys, a solid update and what have you. And you guys can get to know my life a little bit better and what have you. But I'm just really happy. I'm really content. Like I was doing some self-reflection the other day and it's really easy to think like things are so bad right now, right? Like you got this whole like beer bug out there, and then you have the things are shut down, like you don't have as many social experiences, or things are you don't really have that connection with your family sometimes because of the social experiences and all that fun stuff. But I just have to sit back and think, what, where I was even 2 years ago, I would take right now over that 10 times over, because I was unhappy, I was unhealthy, like extremely unhealthy, I was borderline depressed. I mean, taking control of your life and pushing yourself to be better and just to be a better person in that regard, like I should say, not necessarily be a better person, but like to live a better life, to experience that and then pay that forward. I think that is the best way to go about it. So with that, it's almost 15 minutes in this video, so I just want to say thank you, and I promise I'll start uploading more, but give me some topics. Like, I'm not going to have any fancy intros or any kind of outros or anything like that. It's just going to be like this for the next, until I can get a freaking GPU and a CPU. Who knows? Maybe I'll build it in front of you guys and see how that works. But all right, talk to you all later. Give me those questions, and I will see you on the next video. Have a good one. Bye bye.